past week, but particularly yesterday. A fantastic week for the NFL, for both of our clubs here and the other 30 clubs that joined us over the last week to celebrate not just the Super Bowl, but an amazing season. I look back at the season, and I think my 44 years being in the NFL and my years prior to that as a fan, I don't remember a better, more competitive, exciting season. And that's a tribute to our players, our coaches, our clubs, our fans, for creating that energy, that excitement, and something that I think when we look back on the season, we'll remember it as one of our best ever. The Seahawks are a great story. In fact, both of the teams that participated are great stories. Neither one qualified for the playoffs last year. I think that makes a huge statement about the competitiveness of our league, the strength of our league, and of course these two teams. But the Seahawks emerged as the victor, properly so. They played a fantastic game. They've had an unbelievable season. Coach Macdonald brought a leadership style to not just the Seahawks, but the NFL that will have a lasting impact on the league. He's done this in 2 years as a turnaround. Again, a tribute to his leadership, to the Seahawks. To John Schneider, who is not here this morning, at least I don't believe he is. What an amazing job as a general manager. To Jody and her entire organization, it's been just an amazing ride and a tremendous accomplishment for both of them, or for all of them. So, Coach, come on up, and you get to face the media as a Super Bowl champion.
Mike, the Patriots over the course of the year were relatively stout against the run. What did you see from them coming into this game that allowed you guys to have the success that you had?
Well, they're a formidable front, and they've done a great job. I think it's just a normal process for us of, hey, let's identify how they operate. Let's put our best plan together, and I think our coaches do a great job of really having an initial kind of a plan of attack, but then being able to make adjustments of how we want to operate to get the run game going. And the guy sitting over there has a lot to do with it as well.
We'll go here in the middle, Bob Condata.
All right, Bob.
Oh, hi, Mike. How you doing?
Good. Pretty good.
Yeah. The way that your defense played yesterday, and just kind of the tone they set, and shutting them out through 3 quarters and everything, just what did you really see there? And I guess kind of in reviewing it, what really worked so well?
It's funny. I told the team on Saturday night, I got a bad habit of, him and Han into my office and with the rest of our coaching staff thinking about, plays and what we're going to run and how it's going to go. And then you get around the guys and you see them, and all of a sudden all those worries don't kind of go away magically. And I think that speaks to how they played. They just just became very clear very early that they were a determined bunch, that we were going to play our style ball last night. And at that point, really, the plays became irrelevant. It was really the style of how the guys played. And just to play that relentlessly throughout the game was really impressive, and really proud of those guys. They played. That was a remarkable game by our defense.
Coach, good morning. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For a lot of international fans, obviously the growth's incredible, but for Coach Adam Durda to be the first British coach to win a Super Bowl,
yeah,
I think that's life-changing for so many people for the game in Europe. Just talk to us about that achievement and what he's been like for these guys in the locker room.
I'd love to do that. AD is a absolute game changer for us. Not just like an incredible story about what got him to this point, which is kind of awesome in its own right, but just him as a football mind, a football coach. He's someone that has really brought us together, and the way that our front and our defense plays inspired football is a great tribute to how AD operates and what he brings to our football team and our organization, and we absolutely love him. And I think if you ask any of our players to a man, they'd say they'd share the same sentiment. So I'm really happy for AD. He's just an absolute He's a beast, man. He's awesome. He's so much fun to work with, and he's right there alongside building this whole thing. So it's been a special journey.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Covering the game from Spain. I want to go back to that game against the Rams, the Thursday night game. How, from the outside at least, it seemed that something finally changed in your team, the way you were able to come back from behind. I don't know if in the inside that game somehow represents something special. Thanks.
Yeah, that game was it was interesting because we do try to treat every game like it's the next opportunity for us and keep the kind of the outside noise to a minimum. But that was a big game within the season, and I think we realized in that moment that we were a championship caliber type of team, and we've earned the opportunity to win those types of games, given all the things that happened in that game that didn't go our way. And so I think at that point our team had some resolve, and we even had more belief in who we could become. And I think it's the last time we ended up losing.
Two more questions, far right.
Mike, Jason Leisure from the Chicago Sun-Times. How do you continue to do what you do defensively but evolve as all of these other teams will be gunning for you next year and some of these good offenses in the NFC?
Well, we use the term chasing edges here in Seattle. You have to live like that. You can't be copying everybody else. We want to be on the forefront of things. We know that we're target number one now, but it's really going to be our mentality for us to keep pushing the envelope with our personnel where we can take things at our speed, and so there's going to be times where we feel like teams get a beat on us and we're going to have to move and shake, and that's happened several times throughout this season as well, and that's just how we operate.
Okay, last question for Coach.
Yes.
Coming here next to Bob.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate this. And this is Alan from the Allen Alfred Sports Talk Show. I was here when the plane arrived. Two-part question. Whose idea was it? Congratulations on the Super Bowl win, but whose idea was it to come in wearing all gray? And second thing is, whose idea was it to give away the Super Bowl hats? Because I had a feeling he was going to win at that point.
The Super Bowl hats, like they handed to you coming down the plane. Eric Kennedy, our equipment guy, gave us the gray suits, and we wore them. It was pretty simple. And they had the hats at the bottom, so not a lot of thinking on our part. We're just excited to be there and excited for the whole opportunity. Okay, thank you.
And now with just Coach. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
You want to take pictures first, or? Yeah. Okay.
And just one with Ken. Thanks, Ken.
You all saw his performance last night. He's a great young man, obviously a terrific player. I think 135 yards, and I think it was 161 scrimmage yards. I think this is the first time we've had an MVP running back since Terrell Davis back in the 90s. But a well-deserved MVP trophy for Ken Walker. So, Ken, here you go.
Okay, time now for questions. We'll begin in the middle. Bob Condata.
Oh, Hi again. Congratulations on all this. Just when you reflect on last night and what made the running game work so well, what did you feel like kind of really got it going there, those last 3 quarters in particular?
You know, we worked on a run game all week leading up to the game, and I got to give the credit to the O-line, the wide receivers, and the tight ends. You know, they were real detailed in the run game, and they did their job and made my job a lot easier.
Go next to Bob.
Ken, right in front of you here. Just now that it's the day after and those 2 trophies are sitting there on your left, can you reflect on the journey, whether it's rookie year to now, whether it's when Mike came aboard to now, just reflecting on what this franchise has been able to achieve to get to the top here?
You know, it's been a lot. You know, you go through a lot of ups and downs. But when Mike came in, you know, he talked about winning, and I believe everybody on the team bought into that. And, you know, we built a brotherhood, a strong brotherhood, and, you know, I believe that's really what got us here.
Front row, far left.
Ken, if you could pinpoint one thing this season that you felt you've improved upon, what would that be, and how did you make that happen?
Really just trusting it, trusting the system. And I believe the way I made that happen is just the guys around me. You know, the coaches, being real detailed, and really just trusting the whole process in general.
Okay, we have a question here, second row on the left.
How's this all change you? Super Bowl MVP, change it all?
Like me personally? Nah, I don't think so. I feel the same. I don't think it changes much.
Go far left, the back.
Kenneth, Adeshina a lot of Sports Talk. Congratulations. It's a short list of running backs who are Super Bowl MVP, but that short list is an elite list. Franco Harris, Emmitt Smith, John Riggins, Marcus Allen, Terrell Davis, the last one. When you think about your name being alongside those great running backs in winning Super Bowl MVP, what do you think about, and who were your idols when you were growing up, possibly at running back?
It means a lot. You know, it's a blessing to be in this position. You know, it's a short list, so it means a lot to have my name on that list. And for the running backs I used to watch growing up, it's probably like Marcus Allen, Adrian Peterson, and guys like that. So it means a lot for me to be able to be in this position.
We'll go with 2 more, far right.
Mike Brodsky, Florida National News. Ken, congratulations, by the way. I'm sure your phone has been blowing up with voicemails, texts, DMs. Is there maybe one message that stands out because of who sent it to you, and maybe another message that stands out in your mind because of what was said to you in that message?
I would just say one message. It was a childhood friend. You know, we don't get to talk much. You know, life takes us in different paths. But he sent me a long text, really just reminding me about really where we came from and how we grew up, and you know where we are today. So I guess that text before the game meant a lot to me.
Okay, 2 more, right here on our left.
Hey Ken, Jana Bardall with The Athletic. I saw yesterday you had some family in the stands, you said, your dad also in his first NFL game. What was the celebration like last night, and what was his review of the game?
It was good just to have my family here, you know, at this stage. It meant a lot to me, especially for my dad, because like I said, he usually don't like to come to games, with big crowds. So it meant a lot to have him there, and you know, at the biggest stage, and we was able to pull out the win.
Last question, Dave Stevens.
Hi, Kenneth. Dave Stevens, Disability Channel. Congratulations. I'm the only guy that was born without legs that played college football, and I say I want to leave my legacy. So given you what you've gone through in your life, and especially what you've overcome, you know, when the doctor said you wouldn't play football again, what's your legacy going to be?
I'm not sure. I'm just trying to do the best that I can, you know, really just not taking nothing for granted, you know, because you never know when it can be over. So, you know, just staying positive and continue to grind and, like I said, not take anything for granted.